to be talking all about food uncomplicated and this amazing new mini experience that you've created. So for people out there watching, I really can't see the comments. So if you have questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. We will do the best we can to check them and, respond back as we're chatting along. I want to invite anybody who's listening and watching to feel free to ask us questions, especially if you think this might be something that could work for you. So it's always good to see you, my friend.
So happy to be here, Alison. Thanks for
Yay!
inviting me.
Yay,
We've
of
done a
course.
lot of work over the years together. So to come to this place, I'm beyond excited.
I am too. I am too. So for people following, they're probably wondering, as a fitness professional, why I'm talking about something business related. And most people that know me know that this is exactly what I do. I help a lot of my clients create new ways to make money in their business so that you can not max yourself out schedule wise, but to add more revenue to your bottom line. So we created Food Uncomplicated. So I want you to tell everybody a little bit about you and what this actually is.
Sure. So my name is Ingrid Sanger. I call myself a wellness manager in the San Diego area.
Mhm.
I originally started as a personal trainer, just like my friend over here.
Yep.
And as you meet people, so you move to what it is people need.
Hmm.
And my jam has always been nutrition, food. I came to this country and found drive-throughs just for a quick history lesson.
I know.
I'd
Yeah.
never seen that before in my life. And what a concept. And I spent a year going in and out of drive-throughs
Yeah.
and found myself at over 200 pounds. My doctors all said you'll be 300 the rest of your life, and I flipped out. Put myself through nutrition school. Wanted to understand because the truth of it is bodybuilding, personal training, our diets are probably the most unhealthiest that are out there.
Right. Right.
It doesn't have a variety.
Hmm.
And I wanted to show people sort of what I had done for myself. I lost 70 pounds in 3 years, all
Hmm.
on my own.
Yep.
It was really trial and error. And as
Hmm.
I started personal training, I was hearing the same comments from the people I was training.
Right.
What should I eat? Is this okay? Is this good or bad?
Yep.
And over the years, you hear the same questions over and over. However, years later, our food is not what it was when I arrived in this country in
Totally.
1984.
100%. Hmm.
So we've come this full circle, and we now pretty well, if I will say it, we're eating chemicals, we're eating plastic.
Hmm.
We have become an obese society, not by the food
Yeah.
we're consuming that's being served to us by the big food companies.
Yes, totally.
So in my training with people, I like to add a little tidbit here, and you should fuel and make sure you have a breakfast before you work
Yeah.
out. And I was still getting the same questions.
Hmm. Yeah.
I really wanted to simplify food for my people because no matter the age, no matter where they were in their lifestyle, the questions were the same.
Totally. Yeah.
And realize the biggest problem people, although they know what to do, they
Hmm.
don't do it, number
Yeah.
one. But I also felt I needed to teach a little bit about what's in our food so
Hmm.
that you have a simple way to steer away from
Yeah.
that should you
Yeah.
so choose.
Yeah.
And also, I think was what was important was to simplify. We
Hmm.
are following rules that our mothers taught us as little kids.
Yeah.
We are following the rules I would say my nanny or
Hmm.
your caregiver as a kid, your nursery school teacher, what they served at lunch. Should
Hmm.
you unfortunately have to go to a hospital and need something, they're giving you Ensure or they're giving you Cheerios to your children.
Yeah.
And if we really break it down, what we're serving the communities is sugar.
Yeah.
And
100%.
over the years, we've learned how toxic that is.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to go back to basics. And hence I called it Food Uncomplicated. Ditch the rules,
Yeah.
truly ditch what you've learned
Yeah.
because it's no longer serving you if your only option is a weight loss drug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm not here to badmouth anything.
Hmm.
If that is your choice, how do we work around that? And
Yeah.
that's to simplify. Let's go back to basics.
Yeah.
And when I did that, Allison, I still realized, and I would say to people, listen to your body.
Yeah.
But
Right.
they're listening to that craving because at four
Exactly. I was
o'clock,
just going to say that. Yeah.
at
Yeah.
4 o'clock, they're still grabbing that coffee and cookie because they're looking for the energy.
Yeah.
What if, just a quick question, what if we just went a little deeper
Mm-hmm.
and recognize what that cookie meant to us? I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm really stressed.
Yeah.
My plate seems full. I'm overwhelmed. All of those things, and we don't dig in. But
Mm-hmm.
what if that could tell us exactly what the body needed? I'm
Yeah.
stressed. I need to step back, maybe step outside if the
Yeah.
weather is conducive. I'm not sure where your weather
Yeah.
is on the East Coast. I'm really
It's
covered in
actually nice in
snow.
North Carolina today. It's not like as
Okay, I can
cold as
see
it's
by the
been.
way you're dressed. We've got
Yeah, right.
rain. But whether it's a cup of hot tea, coffee,
Hmm.
I have no problem with coffee, just not
Yeah.
14 cups.
Yeah, exactly.
Simplify. Let's step away from the desk, do some nice breath work,
Yeah.
take 10 minutes and
Hmm.
see if your stress level has come down.
Yeah.
If you're exhausted and you're grabbing that cookie for energy,
Hmm.
maybe you need that, as I call it, disco nap. 14 minutes will revive you to see your afternoon through.
Yeah.
So that's where I began. What is your body really telling you? Don't listen to surface noise
Yeah.
and stop the noise that's out there. I mean,
Well, I know
January is
we
probably
talked about this a lot too when we were starting to create this. You had this idea, and one of the things that I kept asking you is, okay, what we have to think about is what problem is this going to solve for people, right? Like, why would they want this versus going and buying some other do-it-yourself experience, right? What I really want to hit on here for a minute is that you knew because you're so keen to what your people are asking you. You know, you knew that you had to address the problem right at the very beginning. And
correct.
that is, you know, I think a lot of us, if we're honest, have the food noise from time to time. Like we hit the energy crash at 3 in the afternoon, or maybe we run out of the house in the morning and we don't adequately eat enough protein or something that really fills us up. And it gets to be 10 o'clock and we're like, dang, when is it going to be lunchtime? Because I'm already hungry. So you're already hitting that right out of the gate with this.
Correct. And I really wanted people to start there. Now, if
Mhm.
it's a cookie you want and you're having tea with a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and there is a cookie, I say eat it.
Yeah.
When
Right.
that's not delicious anymore, please stop
Yeah.
because it's energy, we're energy. And when
Yeah.
we put good energy and have a
Yeah.
good feeling, you will
Hmm.
digest it beautifully.
Yeah. Well,
But
we
if you're like
also, I
thinking
think,
about, I'm
yeah,
guilty, I shouldn't,
yeah,
this is bad, you're
totally.
already out of the game.
But I also think, and I mean, I've been guilty of this before. I'll just be completely honest. I think a lot of us eat because we're distracted. You know, if you
Oh, no
think about
doubt.
when you go to a party or an event, what's the busiest place ever? It's where the food is. You go to somebody's house for a party and everyone's hanging around in the kitchen. You go to a drop-in
Correct.
somewhere and everyone's hanging around the food table. And it's so easy to sit there and just keep eating, even if
But
you're not
keep
hungry.
correct. But keep in mind, those people that are coming to the party didn't have lunch because they knew they
Yeah,
were coming to a
yeah,
party.
yeah,
And so they've skipped meals because they want to have room or wear that dress so the tummy's flat. And
yeah,
you're doing yourself a disservice because you're
yeah,
now so unaware of what your body needs.
yeah,
It's hungry.
yeah,
You
yeah,
should not miss a meal. You
yeah,
can eat small bites,
yeah,
but you have to become aware. And you
yeah,
can look at that table and
yeah,
pick your favorite.
totally. Yeah,
But if it doesn't taste like grandma made it, put it aside. You are not obligated.
yeah,
So that's where I started.
yeah.
And then I moved to, well and good. But if that piece of item, whatever it is still in the back of your
That
freezer.
item, whatever it is. Yeah,
Well, a client walked in today and she started my course. She is well into her 80s.
yeah,
So I know it's difficult because there's a lifetime of habit.
yeah,
And she said,
totally.
you know, I followed your audit of the kitchen and I found a piece of pudding in the back of my fridge from 2018.
Can you believe
Mom.
that? Can you
Okay,
believe
but I'm
that?
telling a
Yeah,
true story
yeah,
and we all have it.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh
we
yeah,
can
100%.
save it, and I don't see it in the back. It's hidden behind something. We
Yeah.
put fresh in front.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's next. How
yeah,
do we set ourselves up for the right foods to fuel us?
yeah,
Because if that
yeah,
2018, you shouldn't eat it, you're going to have a real problem with your
yeah.
gut should
No,
you
no
do it.
kidding, right?
But it starts to get
Yeah.
people into the rhythm of if I
Mm-hmm.
open my fridge and it's healthy goodness,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm eating, I'm fueling myself correctly.
Yeah,
Sure, there are equations, and
yeah,
sure, there are certain rules. And I'm saying ditch them.
Yeah.
Just start to eat the protein.
Mm-hmm.
Start to drink the water
Mm-hmm.
because you will start to feel what it feels like to be hydrated.
Yeah.
Brain fog starts to,
Yeah.
you will drink more.
Yeah.
When you feel stronger in your
Yeah.
body, let's say you are going to go for a walk or a movement or a workout and
Mm-hmm.
you're fueled, you will do it differently. But now we're becoming aware of our
But
bodies.
I also think too that with this new heightened awareness that you're talking about, I think what happens though is that we don't have our kitchen set up to support us, to your point. It's like,
Correct.
we have our little snack drawer and we have like places where we might, I don't want to say we hide food, but we have, places, things set up in the kitchen that don't always support a new lifestyle. This is why it's about
Correct.
this time of year too, if I'm being honest, where people who start out in January with new goals, right? They're all gung ho and motivated. We start to see them kind of fall off about now, right?
Well,
And they,
that's when the questions come, Alison. Can I eat an egg?
exactly,
Is this
right.
piece of toast okay?
Yeah,
How about peanut butter? And so we're starting to pick items, bits
yeah,
and pieces. But if we're set up for the right fueling with healthful foods,
mm-hmm,
you really can't make that big a mistake.
yeah,
Now comes the awareness of it doesn't actually agree with me.
yeah,
So maybe I've aged and I can no longer digest green
mm-hmm,
peppers, for
right,
example.
right,
Now's the time to note that because
yeah,
that's not your jam. And I promise you, eat it 5 times and feel indigested, you're not going to eat
yeah,
it the sixth.
yeah,
So that's really what I wanted to set up. So we set you up
mm-hmm.
with the right staples.
Yeah. Well, and you
And
set
then,
people up with a system. You're basically outlining, look, this is a system that you can follow. Because look, everybody listening to this and people watching this on replay, I would be willing to bet if 10 people watch this, people probably have 10 different ways that they organize their kitchen and the way they do it, right? And so
correct,
what you're trying to do is not tell them that you have to do it this way. But what you're really doing is you're giving people guidelines on how to set up your environment so that it all supports you, so that the
and
goals that
correct,
you set for yourself, you
correct.
could much more easily get to, right?
And they're PDFs so they can pull down the staples. Now, they're all round staples. You may not love all of them, but you may like four.
Yeah,
Those are your four.
exactly.
You
Right.
get to choose. I'm not telling you the rule. I'm giving you the options to choose
Yeah,
clean, healthy, back to
yeah,
foundation,
yeah.
right?
Well, and I also
Um,
think that there's, real quick, and then we can move on, is, there's so much overwhelm when it comes to all of this. I mean, it's like I was in the grocery store yesterday, and I always, just for pure entertainment, I'll go down the aisle where all the vitamins and the supplements and the protein powders and all of that is, just because there's just so much of it. And there's people there like reading labels. You can tell they're trying to figure out what they should be buying and what they don't need to waste their money on. And you can see why people get overwhelmed. So you actually have a module inside Food Uncomplicated, which helps people navigate the grocery store.
Correct, correct. I had a conversation with a client who visits San Diego, and I said,
Mhm.
"Have you thought about food uncomplicated?" She said, I know. I said, I know. We all know.
Yeah,
We are not
yeah,
stupid people. We
yeah,
are aware. The
yeah,
question, however, is how much of it are you implementing?
yeah, yeah,
Because without the implementation, you can have the knowledge. You've got the knowledge everywhere around you. Who are you
yeah,
listening to?
yeah,
And do you know that person you're
yeah,
listening to?
yeah,
Because if you don't, it's just another voice out there, or it's like listening to your neighbor, or, Auntie Susie, who's now
yeah.
91, and she did this in the
Right.
50s.
Yeah.
While good, food is different.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring people really back to basics.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if there is an advanced amount of information and
Yeah.
foods and all of that, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot of learning because
Yeah.
you know everything.
Yeah.
We've heard it, we've listened to it, we know how we feel, we see where we bloat, where we have indigestion. We go to a restaurant, I love that, but I know it's a bad food. We stop saying that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
did a live the other day where I said, I don't eat perfect.
Yeah.
I was hankering pasta the other night.
Yeah.
It's not something I eat,
Yeah.
but our body wanted it. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you, my weight went down and I felt great.
Yeah.
I listened to my body. I gave it what it wanted, not overload,
Yeah.
but I also teach you how long you should be chewing for or how long that meal
Yeah.
should be so that the brain and the gut actually have a communication. Our
Yeah.
bodies are talking all the
Yeah,
time.
because food is really supposed to be enjoyed too. It shouldn't
Correct.
be, well, just this giant food fest where you just
No, and
eat
the other line
everything
is
and
we
anything.
can't eat like you.
Yeah.
I can't eat like you. You're in the business and you have to, and
Yeah.
you eat really clean.
Yeah.
But I don't eat boring food. Yeah, I
Yeah.
eat clean because my body loves it. I love it. I
Yeah.
feel good with it in me.
Yeah. And
But
you're
there are
also
ways.
used to it. You're in a routine that works for you,
Correct.
right?
But if I want a candy, Allison, and I've thought about it and it's what I
Yeah.
want, I may eat only half, but I will
Mhm.
enjoy every bite
Well, sometimes all
and
you
then
want is
I'm
just a
done.
bite. You want a
So
bite or
I
a
want to
taste
take
or
those
something.
strict walls away.
Yeah.
Ditch it.
Yeah.
Stop, 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 judging the food,
Yeah.
really. And I've given such a simple, easy way to implement the food.
Yeah.
I don't want people sitting on their screens for all day. It's not another class. It's
Yeah.
not another course to learn.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of information of what we're doing
Hmm.
in this module.
Hmm.
What is your practice or what are the things you need to do to implement?
Hmm.
Baby steps. Maybe it's
Yeah.
one thing a day,
Yeah.
1% more than yesterday, one glass more than you had yesterday. You're
Yeah.
a winner. You are a winner.
And the goal really of Food Uncomplicated is to make things simple for people, to
Correct.
help them set up their kitchen so that it supports you, navigate the grocery store in a way that's not overwhelming so you don't end up buying things you don't need or that you don't want or that you end up not eating, right? But you also have a unit in there about how to prep because I have to be
Correct.
honest. I competed for a very long time, and when I had my brick and mortar studios, people used to tell me when we would talk about food that they didn't like to meal prep because they said it takes too much time. I don't want to spend all day. I don't have time to spend all day meal prepping. And honestly, when you look at how people teach you to do it online, it's very time consuming if you listen to what a lot of people say.
Well, I do it this way. I've created the 1, 2, 3, 4 system.
Yep, I love it.
Plan,
Hmm.
shop, prep, store.
Yeah,
Done. It
yeah.
shouldn't take you more than an hour. I never
Hmm.
do my shop on the same day as I prep
Hmm.
because that's when it becomes a bit laborious.
Yeah, becomes
Maybe
a
the
lot.
end of the week I do my shop or I go to the farmer's market and buy the fresh, the organic. And in there are what should be organic, what shouldn't be organic. I've given ideas for breakfast and all of that kind of thing. And I make food prep boring, if you will. It's the best way
Yeah.
I can say it. But I make multiple dishes that now comes Monday, it's
Mhm.
effortless.
Yeah.
I can take my protein and mix it with the veggies or the potato or the rice, and you have uh, 2 proteins, 3 veggies, or a sauteed vegetable, but you can make meals from that as you go.
Yeah.
You don't have to come home from a long day at work, picking up kids. There's a husband to feed, and you're fried. You're done
Yeah.
with your day. You've been
Yeah.
going since 5. The last thing you want to do is cook. What
Yeah.
do? We either order in or we stop for takeout on
And
the
a lot of
way,
people can relate to that, I'm sure.
and we're coming home to
Yeah.
eating the things really that are full of the chemicals, that
Hmm.
have the wrong oils, that's going to bloat you up, give you that headache. And then you think, why try? And that's why people fall off. But now
Yeah.
you
When
can
people,
come home and
yeah.
you can dish up, pop it in. Microwave's not my favorite, but you can put it in the oven. You can put it in a quick air fry for 2 minutes, and you've
Hmm.
heated your food up, and you actually have home cooked, healthy, foundational, yummy
Yeah.
food.
Yeah. So you're
You want to
basically,
have
you're
friends over
taking,
and it's gourmet. That's a
yeah.
different story. Go and buy your shopping and you're
Yeah.
following a recipe. That's not what we're doing here. I'm keeping it simple.
Yeah. And you're taking all your, what you're doing is you're making the whole process so simple for people to follow because you're giving them these easy steps to do.
Correct.
And look, for people listening, it's like you can find what you can do is you can create the system that works for you, but you don't have to learn something brand new. We're actually taking what's complicated out of it. That's why we decided to name this Food Uncomplicated.
Correct. And there's food lists, and I've got recipes, simple
Yeah.
plug and play recipe.
Yeah.
I have to say this to the audience. I mean, as a health coach and into nutrition, I am not a chef. It is
Hmm.
not my favorite thing to come home and follow a recipe, but I do want to eat healthfully for my body,
Yeah.
feel good, fuel my
Yeah.
workouts, and have the energy and get rid of the brain fog.
Yeah. Well, and
Stop the pain.
you want to keep it easy because you just
Correct.
said you don't I mean we don't have hours and hours to spend in the kitchen. And look, I have to be honest, I like cooking now more than I used to. But don't get me wrong, I still, at the end of the day, I want to keep it very simple. And I'm a big believer in meal prep. I do it on Sundays and usually on Wednesdays, and that's how I plan for the whole week. But having an easy system to follow makes all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. And there's some people like, I hate food prep. Okay, then when you cook, make two extra meals,
Yeah,
freeze.
yeah,
When you're making lunch, make two extra salads or whatever that is,
yeah,
put in the fridge.
yeah,
But that becomes high maintenance, if you
yeah,
will, because
totally.
every time you're cooking double.
Yeah.
For me, food prep is less than an hour. I've got
Hmm.
all things going at the same time.
Yeah,
And for those of you that have purchased this experience, you'll find me in the kitchen,
yeah,
module 4, doing just that.
yeah,
And it's simple. It's really simple.
yeah,
I'm not overthinking it.
yeah,
What meat do I want? What fish do I want? Pick two. And I've set it out.
yeah.
2 proteins, 3 veggies, 3 fruits.
Yeah, what I love about the meal prep module is like the video that you did. You're actually walking people through the steps and showing them like this is how you can do it. So you're not just giving people a PDF and they're on their own, right? They're actually see you going through the process
Correct.
so they can actually do it themselves.
But Alison, I've created PDFs for everything so that
Yeah,
there is a visual for people. Some
yeah,
people are not visual people, but
yeah,
suddenly here it's like, oh, portion sizes. We
yeah,
talk about it, but we overeat.
yeah,
Why?
yeah,
And I've done it by hand. So,
yeah,
what does that look like? How much should a fat be? There's also a portion next to it if you want to measure,
yeah.
but I think you got to be
Right,
quick about it.
right,
So
right.
it doesn't become this like, oh, I got to, no, quick, easy, simple,
Yeah,
foundational.
yeah.
And you can add, once that's in place,
Yeah.
you
And
can add on top of it.
you've had several people jump on board right away and buy this. And you had a very lovely testimonial from
I
somebody
most
today,
certainly did.
which was
And
amazing.
it was an amazing one. And she and I have been working together just about a year.
Uh-huh.
She's lost some weight, but she's been really ill. So she's put the
Hmm.
weight back on. Not that this is a weight loss thing,
Yeah.
but if you have excess weight, by cleaning up your eating, you will
Yeah.
drop some pounds for
Yeah, and I just want
sure.
to be clear for people listening, this isn't another diet to follow. This is really just helping you streamline and staying on track with the simple things that it takes, right?
Well, it's interesting because when my client came in and I said, so how's it going? She's like, well, you tell us what to do when we train with you, but you actually explain it in the course or in
Hmm.
the experience.
Hmm.
And now it makes such sense how to
Yeah,
be aware.
right, right.
So maybe the cart came before the horse or whatever you say, but
Mhm.
for her, it suddenly solidified the things I talk about,
Yeah,
ideas, things to be aware of. Suddenly, here's why.
yeah,
So it's some really
yeah,
simple for them. But I've also given quizzes or ways to step back. What does this mean for
yeah,
me?
yeah,
So, and ways of checking in with yourself, not just for the course, but 6 weeks,
yeah,
12 weeks,
yeah,
90 days from now, where are you with it?
yeah,
And I'm here always if somebody has a question. You're not out there alone. Although it
yeah,
is self-paced, it's yours. I give everything of my experience of what I've learned over the years
yeah.
to my people.
Well, and I just
Um,
want to be clear, I think, because I know I've been in this situation before too. I think when we get overwhelmed because there's just so much info. I mean, look, we live in the information age today. You can go on Google and Google anything that you want, and you'd probably get at least 100 different options, right? There's no shortage of information out there, but that's not really what you've done with this. You've
no.
really simplified the process so that for people, if you decide to purchase this, what you can find is that you can refer back to it. It can become like a manual, become like the user's manual for how you do it.
Well,
So it's
people,
not just something that you do and you download and then you're done with it. This can be something that can guide you for a very long time.
well, I suggest some of the downloads, put it on your phone. So when you get into that
Yeah.
grocery store, you have your label readers or
Yeah.
your portion or what should be organic. It's all there
Yeah.
available for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not making a promise. I'm not pushing people to something is a for sure outcome.
Hmm.
I'm just saying if we implement small steps all the time,
Yep.
your outcome will be better.
Yep.
You get to choose how fast you get there.
Hmm.
But I'm not selling something that's $1,500 with a big promise because
Yeah.
some of us never get to the end of that,
Yeah.
nor do we implement, and we can't understand where our money went and what is the outcome supposed to be.
Hmm.
You work it, it will work,
Yeah.
hands down. I live
Yeah.
my life by this, and I
Yeah.
never did anything like fair, airy fairy. It was really what I work, how I eat, what really
Very
works.
simple, simple,
And
basic
and I'm not
fundamentals.
saying don't eat or don't
Yeah.
have a cocktail. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we should be able to live our lives and have fun and
Exactly.
enjoyment and share,
Yeah.
but you don't need a whole bottle of wine. And
Yeah.
you can be a little more specific what you eat in that restaurant. Ask a question. What
Yeah.
oils do they use?
Yeah.
Is that potato done in canola oil? Buy the experience and you'll find out why you shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's those simple things we know we don't adhere to, we forget in that moment. And I just try to bring it all together as simply as possible.
Yeah.
And so far, the few people that are already in the experience, the feedback is so interesting. How simple it is. People thought
Hmm.
they'd be sitting at, but I can sit on
Yeah.
my porch with my phone or my pad
Yeah.
and read. And how many should I do a day? Your choice. You
Yeah.
want to do one lesson a day?
Yeah.
Your pace. I'm
Yeah.
not pushing. There's no the end
Yeah.
is the rest of your life.
Yeah.
How
And
to sustain this
the best
forever.
part about all this is that, not only is it like, simple to follow and you can download everything on your phone and all of that, is the price point. It's like so incredibly affordable. Tell everybody how they can buy Food Uncomplicated and what the investment is.
So, how do you buy Food Uncomplicated? If you're on Facebook, well, most of you here are watching,
Yeah.
please go to Ingrid Sanger, my feed.
Yeah.
And if you scroll through, there are a million links.
Well,
um,
we'll put the link in the
I'll
comments
put
here.
yeah.
So yeah, that way if anybody
And
listening wants to take a look, they can.
And what this link is to my sales page. So even if
Hmm.
you're still unsure, you've heard me, you
Yeah.
love me, you couldn't think of not having this in your world.
Right,
But if
right.
you still have questions, you click that link, it'll open a sales page. You
Yeah.
will see how I've worked it. You'll see what the modules are,
Yeah.
what's in each
Yeah.
module. They're frequently asked questions that you can get answered. And if this is your jam, all you have to say, get access. It's $197. And I have
$197. That's
given
it.
you my experience, my best work that
Yep.
I know 100% for sure
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It may take you a little longer because you're new to it and it's new habits you're learning along the way. But all I'm
Mhm.
saying, ditch the rules.
Yeah.
You will
It's
be
your
able to
rules.
read this from a different space and
Well, you have
recognize
you have to make your
how
own rules. You have to make
complicated
the
we
rules
make
work for
such
you.
a simple
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you have to make the rules work for you, really, at the end
Correct.
of the day, right?
Correct.
And we tend to make things complicated anyway. It's just human nature.
Amen.
So we're kind of like you're kind of dumbing it down and making it just as simple as
Well, I
possible,
use
which I
protein. It's
love.
it's an important piece we should be eating.
Totally. 100%.
Okay, there is an equation of with your body weight in kilos, how to figure out how much protein you should have. I'm saying
Hmm.
ditch all that for now. My
Yeah.
science geeks, it's in the experience, it's there
Yeah.
for you to figure it out.
Yeah, I
But for
love it.
the rest of you, eat a palm size of protein at every sitting, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner,
Uh-huh.
and feel how you and notice how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because with protein, you're going to feel stronger. Your joints are going to hurt less. Brain
Yeah.
fog is going to clear. Your workouts, your
And
walk
you're
will
going to
be
feel more
easier.
satisfied. It's really more
Maybe
about
you'll
being
eat another
satisfied
little
than
bit
full.
of
Yeah.
protein or you'll
Yep.
add it into your snacks.
Love
But
it.
let it be because you've recognized something in your own body that's working.
Yeah,
That
I
was
love it.
really the whole purpose.
Love it.
And I didn't want to be in the world of January where buy this, have that, you've got this course, get
Yeah.
on now. I
Yeah.
didn't want that. My
Yeah.
my clients are not they want to be they're retired, they're out playing, they want to know that they can eat wherever, they're not
Mhm.
obligated to Aunt Sally. You can go into a restaurant and still find somewhat
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
Uh, no rules.
Yeah.
They're
I
your
love it.
rules.
I love it.
Your rules.
I love it. So cool. Thanks so much for joining me today and talking all about what you've done. This is
Let's talk
absolutely
about
incredible. And
food,
I'm just glad.
baby.
I'm so glad it's been we've worked on it for a while, and I'm just so glad that it's out there now and that people can take advantage of it. So,
I'm so excited. I mean,
yeah.
my client said to me today, I know everything. I said, yep, get your girlfriend, the two of you buy the experience, do it together because now
Mhm.
you'll actually implement it. You know
Yeah,
it.
I
We
love it.
know it.
I
So,
love
yeah, thank you for having me,
it.
Alison. I
Yeah, of
love
course.
sharing about it. I have such passion. I think we could be a healthier, stronger society, community if we just start to really implement the things we know, we've read, we've
Yeah.
heard. Apparently, it was all over 60 Minutes last night,
Oh, was it really? Okay.
about chemicals and oils and all of that. Uh, I've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
I really have. And
Yeah.
suddenly now it's in the mainstream. It's a no-brainer. I've
Yeah.
simplified it.
Yeah. Love it. I love it. All right, folks out there listening, I'm going to put the link in the comments. So if you're curious and you want to check it out, now's your opportunity, or you can feel free to connect with Ingrid and she can answer any of your questions. So until next
Absolutely.
time.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Alison.
of course.
Appreciate it.
Yep.